What up, though, homies and homettes? It's your homeboy Grand Tizzle, and we are back for more exciting training. Now, what I'm gonna do today is, since I've been doing a lot of web design, because that's something that I'm trying to get out there to help people who want to start making some immediate money. After learning the training, I got some customers that I would like to assign you guys to start making some money, but I don't want to neglect the flyer design tutorials. So today I'm gonna drop by and do a flyer design tutorial, make sure that those keep coming as well. So this is also going to be another 3D text tutorial. So I'm gonna do a couple of these, make sure that you guys really know how to really apply that style and get the best of it and things like that. So we're gonna do it from scratch. I don't have anything written down. So we're just gonna kind of just like really go from scratch and build a nice little flyer. Now this one in particular, a few people was texting me, could you do a worship, a revival flyer? And I haven't done that. I've been doing a lot of clubs and party, but somebody want to go to after Saturday, after hitting the club, you might want to clean your soul and go do some worship. So I'm going to do a worship flyer on this one. So the first thing we're going to do is go over here to After Effects and create a composition, and I'm gonna keep it at a 4K here, and we'll hit OK. And the only thing I'm gonna do over here is just do the word worship and make that in 3D. So how we do that is, again, we right click, we create new, we're going to create a solid. The solid is going to be for the 3D, and then we're going to right click and create a text. And we're going to keep the font simple. So right now I set it Benjamin Goth or Gothic. Let's type on worship here. Okay. And that font look good enough, right? So we're gonna go ahead and keep that, slide this over to the middle or something. Actually, we really don't need this after we type it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and oops, sorry about that. We're gonna go ahead and scale that. I'll scale that by just hitting S here and just sliding that, and then we just manually move it back in the middle. All right, it don't matter the color, nothing, because we're gonna do something totally different with it. Let's cut it off and let's select black solid. Go up here to Effect, down to Video Copilot. You're not going to actually see it because it's stretching out of the recording range. And we're going to make sure that we go to Custom Layers here, and then Custom Text Mask, and then Path Layer, and click Worship. And that's it. That's all we have to do. Then we go to Scene Setup, and we hit extrude, and bam, we got our worship text, and it's just that easy. Now what I'm going to say is that the last tutorial you guys saw me create this. Here's a quick way we can kind of just get something up and running immediately, is by using these presets, and honestly that's good enough. That worship it don't look like it's spelled right, do it? Maybe it's me. But let's see, we double click that. Now what I want, I'm going to do, because the color scheme that I'm gonna work with is kind of going to be like, kind of purple, the God color, that's a purple. So first I'm going to find the preset that I want to use, and this may be good enough. Let's see. Let's see this one. Okay, yeah, this got a lot of stuff going on, but where I'm gonna have it, it really ain't even gonna matter, honestly, because you're really just gonna see. Okay, this one good enough. I kind of like a lot of the things. There's a lot of movement going on there, like a lot of curves and things like that. So we'll stick with this, and what I'm gonna do is change the color. So let's slide this down here, and let me see what color I'm dealing with. If I cut that on, okay, so I want to change this gold to purple. So to do that, I need to play around with some of these settings here. And let's see here. It's not doing much. Make sure we use okay. Okay, so we're going to play around with the reflections and things like that. Now, what I wanted to say was, you're going to probably want to spend. Hold on, my mic is falling. Wait a minute, y'all. Okay, so you may want to spend some time, and how much time you spend on it depends on how you want it to look. So, you know, I can spend somewhere between I can keep it like this, or I can spend somewhere between 5 minutes to, you know, an hour, really tweaking it, really making it look good. All right, so just keep that in mind. And if I do decide to tweak it, you know, for the sake of YouTube and time and things like that, I may just pause it, tweak it, and then, you know, come back down here and okay, this is what I came up with. But I'm going to do some tweaking so I can get this more close to the purple color hue that I'm really kind of looking for. So I'm messing with the specular color, the diffuse color. Maybe we could turn up the diffuse more, you know, to kind of. And then something else I'm gonna do too. Let me change the environment and see if I can get some different looks out of that. Okay, that's cool right there. All right, and then we go to the tint here, the reflection tint. Okay, that's better. And matter of fact, let's see. Okay, yeah, I like the kind of like the blue, or maybe here. Kind of want that blue dancing around in it, and you'll see why later. Okay, let's make this specular like more. Yeah, like that. See, so see how the highlight is kind of hot pink. Okay, cool. And I actually can keep that gold in there because purple and gold is a contrasting color. So I think let's see, maybe let's see. Okay, so I'll do the rest that I need to do in Photoshop if it needs it. But that's good enough right there. That's good enough to get me where I need to go. So we hit OK. And let's put a camera there so we can kind of control the look of it. So let's make a new camera. And then we hit OK. And then we hit C so we can zoom in on it. This is how I like to navigate around it. Let's open this up a little more. I like to navigate because it's a few different ways you can kind of move it around, but I like the camera because I can really hone in on how I want it to look or how I want to angle it. All right, something like that. You know, for what I'm trying to do, this is good enough. Now, there's some few things I'm going to do, but for the sake of saving time in this tutorial, I'm going to pause it, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do before I pause it and make my adjustments. If we zoom in on it, you'll see that we have some aliasing, you know, the straggly lines. There's a few other things like the to make it look realistic, you know, the shadows and things like that. So what I'm gonna do is go over here, and if you want to get into more detail, really break down, like, you know, I know we have a short attention span here at YouTube. If I don't get right to it, you know, you abandon the video, and that actually hurt my rankings. So I'm gonna try to keep it short as possible. But if you want to learn more and get more into detail, make sure you join the course. I got the link below, and you can click it and you can go over to the course school, and you can really pick out anything you want. I got a lot of tutorials over there, a lot of training, you know, like really get into, you know, some real in-depth stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. You know, people that follow me, watch my tutorials, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But so I'm gonna pause this and I'm gonna dig in there and kind of do some tweaking. As you see right here, the shadows and things is already done. It's already looking already real already. So I'm gonna pause this real quick and shoot over, and then tighten things up, and then we'll move on. Okay, this is the final. So all the adjustments that I made, you can see that you know, we did some significant changes, and it took maybe several minutes, but if you're interested in learning how to do some extra tweaks, just leave a comment below, and I'll do a tutorial specifically on the adjustments and settings and things like that, you know, to make it look more realistic and kind of like, you know, really popping. So there's a few different things that go into it, and there's a reason why I do certain things. For example, I have this lighter and I have this darker, and then I got these. That's so that we can add spectacular and highlight over in Photoshop to give it some glare and lens flare, things like that. But you know, again, you know, you want to get to some deeper things, and you know, go check out your homeboy Grand Tizzle over at the link below. All right, so let's go ahead, and now we're going to move over to Photoshop. We're going to save this and travel this over to Photoshop and start building our flyer design. Okay, let's go ahead and place the embedded, and dang it. Okay, let's go ahead and place the embedded. Now, normally when I do my 3D renders, it'll go into my all 3D text folder. And if you want it, this is my ultimate Photoshop toolbox. If you want access to that, just click I should have a link below so that you can be able to get access to this, and it just makes life easier. Trust me. Like a whole lot easier, because everything is, you know, right there for you. And I also customize the folders so that just at a glance you'll be able to see what's inside that folder. You know, you can read it, but you can also see, okay, brands is right there, cars is right there, cartoons, and All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go to our worship. Where's that at? Right here. Boom. All right, and now we're gonna build everything around this. So let's pull this down here. And we're actually here. I'm gonna make this large in case we need to shrink it. We can keep the resolution. Okay, we're gonna kind of try to simplify this. Let's go ahead, and we need let me put a background in here. So let's go back to our essential toolbox, and I want to either get either a sky or a city. So let me first see. Let's see what our city represents here. That look nice. I kind of like that. And then right here. Maybe let's try this one. Okay, I kind of like this, right? So let's take it. Let's pull it behind. Wait, I need to see more. I can't see nothing, man. There we go. Okay, cool, right there. And I actually really like this one here. Now what we're gonna do is have a little bit of fun. Let's go ahead and right click that. We'll rasterize that layer. Let's go ahead and then erase a little bit of the bottom. You know what I mean? Right? Okay, cool. And let's tint it. Let's tint this. So first, how we're gonna do it is we're gonna go to hue saturation, and then we're gonna colorize. So now we got we're making it one solid color. We'll bring the saturation up a little, and then let's adjust the hue so that we can make that more of either purple or blue, somewhere in that neighborhood. Maybe this. Okay, I kind of like that. Let's bring this up a little. And let's add some other things in there, like some doves or something. Oops, sorry about that. Didn't mean to open that up. Let's embed some animals. some beautiful animals, relaxing, calm, peaceful. Here, animal images. And let's get a dove going on. Beautiful. You know, I sound like and feel like, especially when I say beautiful, I feel like the Bob Ross. And let's make another one. And you know, let's swap him over, transform, flip him, right? And let's make this one smaller so we can have what's called hierarchy, visual hierarchy here. And then let's take this one and do the same, kind of maybe blow them up. Okay. And we're gonna do something. Well, here, let me kind of do some things. I'm gonna do some things to the background just to kind of add some other visual elements, right? Let's take like a rectangle, and we'll just make like a horizontal box, right? And let's take a brush, and I'm gonna blow it up, right? And let's paint inside of it, just to kind of make some just some things, you know. But that was too much. Sure, let's back this up. Undo. And I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do to this. We really kind of just you know, putting some elements in there, just some other different little elements, just to add some variety and some contrast, right? So we'll take it here, we'll do something like this, and then let's make another copy, and we'll slide it over, and then let's slide it tight, right? You're not gonna understand what's going on, not yet. You'll see in a second. Let's grab both of those, make a copy of those. Oops, sorry about that. And we just made another copy of that, right? And that. Okay. Let's select those two and slide them over. And also, for variety, let's see, do they allow me to flip? Yep. So I can flip it and hold shift and tighten it up, just so we can have like some irregulars, you know what I mean? And let's make another copy of that, and we can drag it over here, and that'll give us a variety of a few things. I'm gonna show you, we're gonna do something specific with these things, but before we do that, I'm gonna merge them all together. Hold Control E, merge that, another Control E, another Control E, and select all of them, merge them all together. That's what we're trying to do. Now let's hold shift and spread them out, right? Okay, that's excellent. Let's take the opacity, turn it down a little bit, and now I'm going to reveal to you what I'm trying to do with that. So before we can do it, I need to actually make it, stretch it. Let me pull it longer, and then we'll do it like a tilt move there, something like that. Nice. Excellent. And then we'll go in there, and let's go ahead and take this soft brush and just kind of, well, actually, you know what, here, let me undo that, because we're going to need it for the bottom. We ain't got to do nothing. Let's just keep it the way it is. Let me go back to this layer right here. There's something that we're going to do to this. Let me remove this for now. Up here, let me adjust the tolerance. We're going to put a sky back here, and so let's just move the white background right here. Delete that and delete that. I could have did that better, you know what I mean? But you know, kind of almost semi doing a speed tutorial. Here, let me draw the rest of this out. Let's just draw it in. Don't have to be perfect, you know. And delete that. The same thing with this. Sorry it's all sloppy, but you know, as long as the point, you know, as long as I get the point across, that's the main thing. And this here, go ahead and chop that off. Excellent. Okay, and let's do this. I'm going to first I'm gonna adjust this a little bit more. Let's make this a little bit more bluer. Something like more like kind of like that. And let's go behind it. Since we got the opening here that's transparent, we're going to let me paint in there. And I'm gonna pick the color, but I'm gonna kind of head towards more towards blue. And we're gonna paint in there, and we're gonna remove all that. But we're gonna focus on this area right here. Let's do that, and we're painting inside that white. So we'll make another layer so that won't interfere with that. Deselect, go to filter, blur. Boom, beautiful. Look at that. See that? Okay, and you know, maybe even so that they won't see the horizon, because we're stretching far and beyond. Let's maybe, yeah, let me zoom that. Maybe kind of soften that so that we kind of won't see where it ends. You see? Now, not that building, we want to keep that building, but this back here, kind of don't want to really see where that ends, almost, if possible. Okay, that's good. Now let's bring this back in. Okay, so we see that that's happening. Okay, so let's take this layer and re-erase that, because we need the bottom of this to be legible and have some contrast. Okay, and what we're going to do right now is what's called font stacking. Now, if you don't know what font stacking is, and there's a reason why they call it font stacking, and that's a reason why professional designers use this technique. It gives visual contrast. So what we're going to do is we're going to let's say worship, and then we're going to just type in you know, revival night or revival session or something like that. Okay, let me start this over, because you know, it's all over the place. Okay, let me do this text again. Let's color it so we can actually see what we're doing. I'm leaning more towards the highlight colors there, and I'm going to type revival night. Sorry about that. Revival or revival session. And it may take me some time to find the right font we're going to use, but when you see it, you're going to understand why this is beneficial. It is a thing, it's done purposely. So for the purpose of save some time, I'm going to just look for the font, and then when I find it, I'm gonna explain to you why we used it. That's almost it, but let me make sure that I can't find anything better than that. Okay, so this is the font that I decided to go with. This is a decent font stack. I would prefer it thinner, because when you're doing font stacking, you don't really want, like this is bold and heavy. So when you do the contrasting font, you really kind of want it really contrasty, so you will want that thinner. But we're going to be good for now, but just keep that in mind when you're putting together, you know, your font stack. Now, of course, we're going to pull this up top, and we need to do something with this worship right here, because the colors is not really what I want. So we're going to make another copy. And what I'm gonna do is adjust here. Let's first right click, rasterize that boy, and then we're gonna go up here to image, and then we're gonna change the saturation. And what I'm gonna do is change it to blue. So we're gonna go down to blue. Now watch what I do. I mean, we're gonna rasterize this too. Boom. And what I'm gonna do is I want it to be 2 colors as opposed to just purple or just blue. I want purple and blue. So what we're gonna do is go in the middle. We're gonna erase this so we keep our blue, but we're going to erase some parts. You see that? See what's happening? So now it's almost kind of like an iridescent. Y'all see what's happening right now? See, y'all just learned a little good, really good slick tip. You figured deal me? All right. All right, I feel like a country bumpkin. Okay. I'm from the D though. I'm from Detroit. I sound like country. Okay, so now that we got that, we got the blue and that. Now let's go in here. We create a layer above, and let's go ahead and hit the thing so we can kind of bloom or do some highlights. So we're going to change the color mode to linear dodge, and we're going to paint inside there, not the eraser, but that. And let's go ahead and make sure that we got the soft round. Flip it down, pow, put some glows in there, bam, boom, ping, ting, like that, pow, right there. And then we're going to make it even more beautiful by adding some highlights. So we'll make it a little even brighter, boom. Okay, we'll keep that, remember that, boom. Okay, not too much though, can't overkill. And then we make it even more brighter. And maybe we even go in there with some other crazy colors like yellow, but let's see. All right, and then we got that, boom. Okay, all right, that's looking really nice. Oops, that was too much. You got to be able to balance it. You want to know if it's something too much or not enough. And maybe we can also do that with the blue. So let's go ahead and see if I can get one of these popping off with the blue. Boom. And not quite, it's not quite coming out like I want. Let's brighten it up a little bit more. Bring that down, get some brighter blue happening. Boom. Okay, there you go. Pow, there you go. You see that? Maybe even throw a little something on the bird wing. Bam, just like that. Boom, beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, and maybe even back here. Yeah, there you go. You see what's happening? Boom. That's awesome, right? Unless I'm tripping. Am I tripping? Leave in a comment. Let me know. T, you tripping? And then let's. Okay. Boom. Excellent. Look how good that look. Okay. Now something that we need to do at the bottom of this flyer so that we can see what's going on with the other elements. So let's go above this layer, and we're going to put a little bit of let's put a little gray in there, right? But don't trip, because we're gonna do something about that gray. But you see what's happening there? We got that. Now let's go back and a little higher, right? A little higher gray, and maybe we can put that kind of above. See there? You know, so we see it a little bit, right? And maybe here, let's go back a little darker gray. And kind of just give it just an edge there. See that? Actually here, we should go a higher layer, make it even darker so we can really see some contrast here. Okay, that's good. Good. Almost like a vignette. Now we're going to add an image of a respectable looking male, and this is always just a placeholder for the actual person that's going to do the console. So with that, I have an image that I picked out, and we're going to use this guy. And again, it's just a placeholder. You know, it's just a placeholder. This person, you know, I don't know what this person beliefs are or anything like that. It's only a placeholder for the imagery. So when you're doing these type of designs, you can do it in a way where you can show an example of your work, just a template, or depending on what you're trying to do. Okay, so what's happening is the tolerance is just a little too high, so it's selecting too much. So let's go in there. Okay, what I'm gonna do is just delete that so I can kind of look. He look like he got wings on there already. And then now I can go higher. So let's see here. Okay, Photoshop will have a new format. They got like a new type of formula how they remove things. It's not the old traditional way. It's just done different, and sometimes it throws me off when I'm masking and things like that. All right, let's see. Show the edge. Show the original. Here, I'm gonna pause this because you guys, all I'm doing is really just tightening up the edge. Okay, look like we got this young, respectable looking male sorted out. Let's put him in position, and we're going to start adjusting the levels so that he can match the environment. You always want to do that. It don't seem like it's important, but it's very important that that you do such. So let's take him, let's go and check out the adjustments. Let's look at the levels, and as we adjust the the shadows and the highlights, we basically just want to make sure that we kind of adjust his overall tonality to match the contrast of the page. If you don't do that, then and you want to be careful not to change his colors and things like that. But if you don't do that, then this is going to stick out, and when it sticks out, it draws attention away from the message on the flyer. So I'm adjusting this, pulling it back a little bit of red. Maybe let's see if I push a little bit of blue, that he can kind of gel a little bit more with the background. Okay, that's looking decent. So let's drag him down and put him behind highlights and things like that. Of course we erase it, but let's put him behind worship, of course. So that's excellent. And now what we do is let's go back up in here, select this layer, and subtly remove some of the highlights over his face, right? So maybe it can bloom a little bit behind him, but we kind of just really kind of want him a little bit. Okay, and then we can always go back. Actually, we is going to go back and still add some highlight around them, but this is pretty much the foundation of the flyer. So let's go and we make another layer, and we're going to put a contrasting color, which is more of a orange. All right, more of a yellow orange. Okay, and the idea is to kind of have a really kind of like a yellow. Oops, I'm on eraser. Okay, now I'm on. All right, so okay, that's above. Sorry about that. Here, let's undo that, and let's select him, and then actually create a layer under him so that whatever we do is behind him. Okay, so now we can do that, and let's go to linear dodge so it can kind of be more lit right up. Okay. Cool. Here, let me see something real quick. Okay, so linear dodge is good. Now what we want to do is put some highlights in front of him now. So let's go to linear dodge again, and this time we'll put some highlights, kind of just, you see, so it's kind of overshadowing him a little bit. All right, and let's see, what else can we do here? Yeah, let me go in here. Oh, it looks like I gotta load some brushes up. Something new that's been going on in Photoshop, and it's been removing my brushes. So I don't know if anybody out there know, because I don't know everything. If anybody out there know why every time I load up a brush, it gets removed, I have to keep loading it up. Let me know. Let me know in the comment area what's going on, because that's something that I've been experiencing, lately, and it's driving me crazy. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I sit here and load all these brushes up. Okay, so look, we got the lens flare here. We're going to let's select some of these here. Let's select this one. But it's driving me crazy. So if anybody know what's going on, man, please let me know. Let me know. Okay, we got that. That's nice. That's nice. Okay. All right. And we can also do that with these too. So let's kind of just go to, I don't know, maybe that, and oh, sorry, that's behind the fold. Let me go above, and let's change that to linear. Linear. Okay. Maybe there, and maybe there. And we gotta have some whites too, so we can't neglect that. So let's have that, and make this a little fatter. Boom. Okay, that's excellent, guys. Now all we're going to do is just hit a folder, and a magic thing is going to happen. Watch this. Presto! Everything just snapped all together. I ran out of time, y'all, so I had to hurry up and go ahead and add this stuff. I apologize, but you know, next time it'll be quicker, you know what I'm saying? But this is the final result. As you see, I just added just a couple of lines just to kind of break, you know, kind of chop things up. You know, of course, I put all of the words in there, and that's it, fam. That wraps it up for this session. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you benefited from it. And again, you want to see some detail, you really want to break it down, check out some of my courses. I got, you know, it covers all sorts of you know, genres and things like that. You know, it's a plethora of knowledge over there, fam. So go ahead and check it out, and you know, and make sure, you know, if you want to, well, actually, you know what, everything gonna be in the link below, man. Y'all just check that out. Meanwhile, I'll be back doing my my website designs, but I'm also drop in and do some of these you know, flyer designs, because that's where I started. But I have a tutorial that I've been made maybe months ago, and I didn't upload it because I got off into the 𝗃𝗂𝗹𝘁 thing. But I will be uploading that next before I start back on my web development, you know, flyer design, designs and stuff like that. But I'm gonna keep them all going out. I might mess around and just upload 2 a day or something like that. I really don't know, but I do know that I'm finna be flooding you guys with this information, and trying to encourage you guys to further your education by, you know, joining the courses, up in your game, and going out here and get this work. All right, thank you for watching, and until the next time, I'll see you in a minute. I'll see you when I spin it. Peace.